Have you ever asked yourself, why do we spend so much time dwelling on the past or worrying about the future when all we really have is the present moment? It's a curious thing, isn't it? We often find ourselves stuck in a loop of past regrets or future anxieties, forgetting to truly live and appreciate the here and now. This tendency not only robs us of experiencing life fully, but it can also lead to a myriad of emotional and psychological issues like stress, anxiety, and depression. The past is a repository of experiences, lessons learned, and memories made. It's a part of who we are, and there's no denying its importance. However, when we let past mistakes and regrets dictate our current actions, we're essentially living in a time that no longer exists. Similarly, the future holds the promise of possibilities, dreams, and hopes. But when we spend our time worrying about what's yet to come, we're living in a time that hasn't even happened yet. The irony is, while we're busy reliving the past or anticipating the future, we're missing out on what's happening right now, in this very moment. And this moment, my friends, is all we truly have. It's the only time when we can act, make changes, and truly live. This is the very essence of the power of now. The concept of mindfulness, which is the practice of staying fully present and engaged in the current moment, is a powerful tool that can help us break free from these time-bound shackles. It's not about ignoring the past or the future, but rather it's about acknowledging them without allowing them to distract us from the now. By staying mindful, we can experience life as it unfolds, moment by moment. We can savor the joy of the present, learn from our past without being held captive by it, and look forward to the future without being paralyzed by its uncertainty. So, let's make a conscious effort to live in the present moment, to be fully engaged, to be fully alive. Because at the end of the day, the past is gone, the future is yet to come, and all we really have is now. Remember, the present moment is the only time you have control over. The journey to self-improvement begins with you, and it starts now. Imagine standing at the base of a mountain. It seems impossible to conquer, right? But with a step-by-step approach, you can reach the summit. Similarly, the process of self-improvement is a climb, and we're here to break it down into clear, manageable steps. First, it's all about setting realistic goals. Picture where you want to be in a year, 5 years, or even a decade from now. These are your long-term goals. But reaching these heights can seem daunting, so you need to break them down into smaller, more approachable goals. Think of these as your base camps on your climb to the summit. They're important milestones that keep you motivated and on track. Next, maintain a positive mindset. It's easy to get lost in negativity, to feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of your goals. But remember, each step taken is a step towards improvement. Embrace each day as a new opportunity to grow, to learn, to improve. Your mindset is like the weather on your climb. When it's sunny, the journey is easier and more enjoyable. Consistency is the third cornerstone of your journey to self-improvement. It's not about making leaps and bounds every day. Instead, focus on making small, consistent steps towards your goals. It's like climbing the mountain. You don't reach the top in one giant leap, but with hundreds, thousands of small steps. Lastly, be kind to yourself. This journey is about self-improvement, not self-punishment. There will be days when you stumble, when you don't make as much progress as you'd like. But that's okay. It's part of the journey. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and remember to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Remember, the journey to self-improvement is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about steady progression, not instant perfection. So, take a deep breath, set your sights on your goals, and start your climb. You've got this. Now that we understand the importance of living in the present and the steps to self-improvement, let's explore some techniques to help us stay present. The first technique that can help us maintain our presence is meditation. This ancient practice has stood the test of time, and for good reason. Meditation encourages us to sit quietly, to still our minds, and to focus on the here and now. It's a simple yet profound way to disconnect from the hustle and bustle of our daily lives and to reconnect with our inner selves. It doesn't require any special equipment or location. All you need is a quiet space and a few minutes of your day. Remember, it's not about achieving a particular state of mind, but rather about observing what is happening in the present moment without judgment. Another powerful technique is deep breathing exercises. Our breath is a constant companion that subtly mirrors our emotional state. When we're stressed, our breath becomes shallow and quick, but when we're relaxed, our breath deepens and slows. By consciously controlling our breath, we can influence our emotional state and bring ourselves back to the present moment. So the next time you find your mind wandering, take a moment to focus on your breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, then exhale slowly. Repeat this for as long as necessary until you feel grounded in the present. Lastly, we have sensory mindfulness practices. These exercises involve focusing on our 5 senses to anchor us in the present moment. For example, you might take a moment to notice what you can see, hear, touch, taste, and smell right now. Or you might focus on the sensation of your feet on the ground, the feeling of your clothes against your skin, or the taste of your food. By tuning into these sensory experiences, we can pull ourselves out of our minds and into the present moment. With these techniques, you can train your mind to focus on the present moment, enhancing your self-improvement journey. No journey is without its obstacles, and the journey to self-improvement is no exception. In the grand adventure of personal growth, it's natural to encounter stumbling blocks. Some of the most common include self-doubt, fear of failure, and resistance to change. These hurdles may seem daunting, but rest assured, they are not insurmountable. In fact, they can be valuable teachers, offering profound lessons about resilience, courage, and adaptability. Let's start with self-doubt. This is an all too familiar foe, whispering words of discouragement, convincing us that we are not good enough, not strong enough, or simply not cut out for the task at hand. But how do we combat this insidious enemy? By nurturing self-belief. Every day, remind yourself of your strengths, your past successes, and your capacity for growth. This affirmation can help you silence the voice of self-doubt and keep moving forward. Next up, the fear of failure. This is a tricky one, as it often disguises itself as caution or realism. But here's the secret. Failure is not the end of the world. In fact, it's an integral part of the learning process. Each failure brings with it valuable lessons, and it's through these lessons that we grow and improve. So instead of fearing failure, embrace it. See it as a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. Finally, let's tackle resistance to change. This is a natural human instinct. We tend to cling to what's familiar, even when it's not serving us well. But change is the essence of life, and to improve, we must be willing to embrace it. Start small. Make tiny changes in your daily routine. Over time, these small shifts can lead to big transformations. No journey is without its obstacles, and the journey to self-improvement is no exception. But remember, these obstacles aren't there to break you. They're there to help you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. So face them head on, embrace them, learn from them, and most importantly, overcome them. Remember, every obstacle is a stepping stone on your path to self-improvement. As we near the end of our discussion, let's recap the main points we've covered. Our journey began with understanding the power of now, the immense potential that lies in the present moment. We delved into the significance of living in the now and how it can impact our lives. It's not about forgetting the past or ignoring the future, but about embracing the present and making the most of it. This, in essence, is the power of now. Then, we navigated through the step-by-step process to self-improvement. We talked about setting realistic goals, embracing change, and maintaining a positive attitude. We highlighted the importance of continuous learning and the role of perseverance in achieving self-improvement. Remember, each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Our journey continued with exploring the mindful techniques for staying present. We discussed practical methods like meditation, mindful breathing, and sensory awareness. We emphasized the role of these techniques in anchoring us to the present moment, helping us to stay focused and aware. These tools can help us to experience life more fully and to better manage stress and anxiety. Next, we tackled the inevitable obstacles that may arise on your journey. We discussed ways to overcome fear, self-doubt, and resistance to change. Remember, obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones towards growth and self-improvement. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them to your advantage. And now, as we conclude, let's remember that self-improvement is not a destination, but but a journey. It requires time, patience, and commitment, but the rewards are worth it. You'll find joy in the process, growth in the challenges, and satisfaction in your progress. Remember, self-improvement is a lifelong journey. Embrace the present moment and enjoy the journey.